Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves for the Sony PlayStation 2. In the last episode, we completed all 10 Master Thief challenges for Episode 2, Rumble Down Under. Next up is Episode 3, Flight of Fancy. Let's take a quick look at what we're going to be doing here. Apparently the Master Thief challenges are going to make up the other half of this episode that we have yet to complete. So we've got the Castle Quick Climb. We have the Muggshot Goon attack. Apparently we got to beat 30 guards for that second one. And the first one is, of course, Time Attack. We get to do the security breach thing again. And I think we have even less health for this one, maybe? Not quite sure. Defend the Hangar. I'm guessing we can only have less damage to deal with. Or what I mean to say is the Hangar is going to be more fragile and it'll take even less hits to destroy it. There's Precision Air Duel, where we have to destroy only the Tri-Wing planes. That'll be fun. And there's also the Wolf Rampage. We have to defeat the guards while avoiding serious damage to the wolf. We get to do a challenge with Carmelita finally. I'm surprised we didn't do this before. And that's not counting the Carmelita climb from the last episode, by the way. And, of course, Time Attack battle against the Black Baron. Then again, that shouldn't surprise me, considering that we had timed boss battles against Octavio and the timed Carmelita climb. The latter only giving us so much time to work with. And then there's a Holland treasure hunt to round things out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost as much as episode 2. Great! Well, it looks like we're going to have to start cracking on this one. So, let's go through all of these one by one from the top to the bottom, as always. Castle Quick Climb. For this challenge, you'll be climbing up the tower much like you did in the main game, but this time you'll have to do it in a minute or less. As tempting as it might be to leap around in the parts where you have to traverse narrow platforms, don't. You'll more than likely mess up and make it so that you can't recover. Also, when you reach the windows, do not let the Black Baron see you. Getting spotted will also end the challenge in failure. As long as you are both quick and careful, you should be able to get through this one.
Pilots get better and better. We've got some real competition on our hands this year. Oh, I'm not saying it's too much for Team Black Baron. No. We've done a fine job training. Our pilots are in tip-top condition. The best job, without question, truly.
Muggshot Goon attack. This one is particularly easy once you get a pattern going. For the rabbit enemies that show up from the left side of Muggshot, you'll want to launch them into the air with triangle, then knock them back with square once they are airborne. For the pig enemies that show up from the right side of Muggshot, you'll want to punch them into the nearby fire with square to immolate them and get rid of them in one hit. I usually go over to the machine to punch the engine block in the Muggshot once I take care of a pig enemy, as it gets rid of the next rabbit enemy immediately. From there, I'll have all 30 enemies necessary to complete the challenge by the time I damage Muggshot the first time. So I just take care of a few enemies, then send the engine block crashing in the Muggshot once I send a pig enemy into the fire. By getting rid of 30 enemies first with a pattern I have set up and then going after Muggshot as soon as I do, this challenge is child's play.
Keep it coming. I'm a brick wall. Oh, that got my kneecap. Oh, man.
Security breach. Compared to the main game, this part is a bit crazy in Master Thief Challenge mode. The plane will have half health, and you'll want to watch both screens as you do this, as the enemies show up in uneven intervals this time around as opposed to 4 on one screen and 4 on the other. As always, I utilize the frontmost traps first to fry as many enemies in quick succession as I can to make getting rid of the enemies that are soon to come easier. And near the end, I was even frying 2 enemies at the same time with 1 trap. This one may take a few tries. I made this one look a bit easier than it is, and I ended up clearing it on the first try as a result. Defend the hangar. For this one, the hangar is at half health. Paying attention to where the arrows are is essential, as you'll want to get rid of all the enemies as quickly as possible. Like last time, the green triangles are the usual foot soldiers, while the red triangles are the heavy machinery that can pack a punch if allowed to attack the hangar. As long as you get a good pattern on turbo boosting as you move back and forth with enemies in your grasp, you should be able to pull through. Precision Air Duel. For this one, you'll have to shoot down all the black tri-wing planes and only those to complete the challenge. Shooting too many of the blue ones will cause you to fail, so be careful. Keep an eye on your health as well as your ammo, and when you get a bead on one of the black planes, keep it in your sights and make sure your machine gun fire is tearing it to shreds. Like in the main game, there will be a few points where you can reload. The hardest part of the challenge is looking for the last few black planes, especially when the blue planes you're not supposed to shoot down group up and make it harder to explore the area just by holding square to keep the brakes on while you're flying around in a circle. I ended up crashing into one of them during my run, further proving how difficult it can be to find one of the black planes when you have one or two left. Just keep a lookout and you should be able to beat this one. Wolf Rampage. For this challenge, you'll need to ride on the wolf with the guru just like in the main game. The only difference here is that you have only half of a full health bar to work with, and even though you can get health back from enemies, you cannot fill the health bar past the halfway point. Pay attention to where you are going, and make sure you don't run straight into any walls. You can stun enemies by running into them, but you have to press square and attack them to get the kill. As long as you can remember these three things, you're alright. And if you had no problem with this in the main game, you'll have no problem here.
That's 10 fewer pilots in the finals tomorrow. Just 3 more to go. 2 more and we're set. 1 more pilot, and it's a done deal.
one-woman army. For this challenge, you'll need to destroy 15 enemies before you defeat Muggshot as Carmelita. Interestingly, getting the enemies is a little harder than beating Muggshot. Thankfully, the hangars are the best place to find them, as well as the hills near the Black Baron's castle. Also, the flashlight enemies take 1 hit from the gun, but the minor enemies take 2. Once you're done with the enemies, beating Muggshot is simple as long as you jump every once in a while and not just go back and forth, as not jumping makes you an easier target. Going out on a wing. Once again, you have a boss battle where you have a limited amount of time, this time against the Black Baron on the plane. As much as using your push and spin attacks would make sense, especially since you have more powerful versions of them this time around, you still want to wait for the Black Baron to rear back for the uppercut, then sidestep and smack him a few times with the square button. As for the pig enemies, the more powerful versions of the spin attack make it easier to smack them over the edge and even get a health boost if you need it. Once again, when the Black Baron is in the air, be in midair when he comes back down so you don't get hit by the earthquake attack. Once you're on the last part of this battle, henchmen will always show up no matter what. So stay focused on the Black Baron and only take out the enemies when you need to. And you should have this one in the bag. Holland treasure hunt. For the start of this treasure hunt, get to the steaming manhole cover near the start. From here, go 29 paces to the south across the bridge. You may want to watch out for the blimp. At the cheese, go 10 paces southwest away from it. You may have to get rid of some enemies first. At the well, take 7 paces away from it to the south. There will be a windmill to the east. Face east and move 9 paces. From here, go 18 paces southwest towards the Black Baron's castle. At this point, move 13 paces to the east. Finally, move 10 paces southeast towards the windmill on support beams to complete the challenge. And that is it for the Master Thief Challenges for Episode 3. Join me next time for the Master Thief Challenges for Episode 4. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!